want to start with congratulations on Afterparty. I'm sure you're hearing that from everybody. It's what we call real good. I really,
and that's the official term, real good?
yeah, it's just real good.
Okay.
I saw the 7 episodes and not the 8th. So I'm sitting here just wondering who the hell killed, Xavier. And I will not find out for probably a month and a half, which is not,
Oh,
which is not the best, but whatever.
I
So
want to know. They haven't shown me the eighth episode. I have no idea who did it.
I'm confident that but let's move past that. If someone has actually never seen anything that you've done, what is the first thing you want them watching and why?
Wow, what a great question. It's funny because my instinct would probably say John Ralphio because I'm a nerd for chronological order. Like when I watch Marvel movies again or like Lord of the Rings, I'm never skipping to Return of the King. You start with the Fellowship and you work your way through it. So I would say, it might be nice. I would go to maybe Middleditch and Schwartz just because then it shows you improv. And for me, that's how I started doing improv. And I'm really proud that I was able to get an improv special on the air. And I'm proud of the episodes and the content in that. So that, and then probably John Ralphio, because those are John Ralphio is very much the first thing that kind of made me be able to get other roles.
100%. When you got cast, how much did Chris tell you? Like, did Chris tell you from the get-go, here's who did it? Like, how much information did he tell you? And how much was it sort of like, oh, you're making a series and you want me to be a part of it? Where do I sign?
Well, that's exactly it. First of all, Lord and Miller to me are some people, whenever I do these interviews, it's like, well, who do you want to work with? And I'll be like, well, Lord and Miller, because I'm a huge fan of animation. I was a huge fan of Cloudy, then Lego Movie blew me away. And so 21 Jump Street and everything they've done. So I always want to be directed by them. So he had texted me and he said, hey, I'm doing this thing. You mind if we talk? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, it didn't even matter what he said. I could have been playing like a chair. Hey, you're going to be the voice of a chair in this one. Whatever he wants. But he told me, hey, this is what it is. It's going to be like, it's a whodunit. And each person has their own little genre when they're retelling it. And I said, oh, what's mine? He goes, and yours is going to be a musical. And I was like, are you serious? He goes, yeah. And so he had I said, yes, immediately. Of course. Exactly what you said is right. I'm no dummy. When I see someone who inspires me, I want to be a part of the world. Copyright Disney, a part of your world. And so I said that, and then like a couple of days later, he said, oh, can you sing or dance? And I was like, you hired me without even knowing? And he's like, I figured you could. I was like, yeah, I can figure it out. And he goes, great, great, great. And so that was it. It was heaven. Everything about this project was such an inspiring, wonderful time. I had the best time.
Your episode, the musical episode, is spectacular. And one of the reasons it's spectacular is because the music is so good. The songs are so good. So talk a little bit about, I love that, like there's a song called You Only Get One Shot Twice.
Yes, 2 shots.
Right, exactly. So talk a little bit about the music in the episode because like they're catchy songs.
They're amazing. The lyricist was incredible. And then Chris and Phil added a bunch of flair over there. And then beyond that, to help me sing it, Fiora Cutler, who's like a person who deals with people's voices, helped me out so I could kind of learn how to sing it in the correct way. And then Kat Burns, who's a choreographer who does like actual choreography, would like, it's so funny. She'd be like, okay, then you do this. And she'd slowly take me through everything. And then the dancers would come in and she'd be like, okay, everybody. So it's going to be a banana split, a 5 top, a 3, 4, 6. And you guys ready? 5, 6, 7. And they knew it immediately because they're all geniuses. So it was me kind of learning baby steps. I'd never done a musical before and learning how to do all these things. But the lyrics are incredible because look at Lord and Miller's movies. They've done songs before. They know how to nail them. And it was just awesome. And I felt very protected because Chris is collaborative and lovely and wonderful and kind. So I knew he would take care of me no matter what. And it was exciting. And the fact that so we recorded it over a year ago and I haven't been able to talk to anybody about any of this. So the fact that you've seen it and you're like, hey, it's good. I'm like, oh, thank God. Great. Okay, good. It's like, it makes me so happy.
The chemistry between you and Sam in the series I loved it. Like you guys are so great together, especially like that high school episode. There's just it's just great between you guys. How much was that? Just talk about working with him and just like bonding with him on camera because it's so good.
He's incredible. So I never worked with him before. I never really met him in person before. So, but by the way, I did develop a show and I tried to get him in it, but he was busy. In fact, so I already loved him. Like I wanted to get him in a show that I was developing years ago, and it didn't work out. And so I was very aware of him, and I love Detroiters, and I love that he does sketch. I love that he does improv and all that stuff. And so we had never met each other. We didn't even do the table read in person because of COVID. So the first day I actually met him was when we were on set together. But because we both have improv backgrounds, it was immediately perfect. We were doing bits with each other. It felt like I knew him since I was in high school. We were sharing things about each other with each other, and it was just amazing. He's an incredible actor, but he's insanely funny. He's so funny that you just want to like, I mean, if you watch Veep, he stands out in a team of some of the most talented comedians in the universe. So I'm beyond inspired by him and could not have been happier to play his best friend.
Each episode, as we've talked about, is a different genre. And I'm curious, what was your favorite genre episode that was not your own?
Great question. I really liked Jamie Demetriou's throwback episode. I thought that was so fun. And I really loved being the best friend, romantic comedy best friend, because I love Ducky growing up in movies. So it's like, I love that character. I know what that character is. I can access it. I thought John Cryer was amazing in that role. So I was like, I love the idea of being like, come on, man, you can do it, stuff like that. So I loved leaning into the cheese of that and then coming back and doing this and then being in an action. But I'd say Jamie's because we get to be like little kid versions of ourselves. And then the romantic comedy of Sam.
Did you actually, before you got the script for the 8th episode, did you predict who the killer was going to be? Did you get it right? Or were you way off base?
Every time I read an episode, I thought I knew it. Every single time I read an episode, I was like, okay, it's this person. Oh, fuck. Okay, maybe it's this person. And I kept going back and forth. By the time I got to the 8th episode, I thought it was like three people, 3 or 4 people. Or I was like, or maybe Chris is just like really screwing with us. And it's someone that I'm not even thinking about. But I did not have it down. I did not have any idea who it was going to be.
I am still torn between it being one person or multiple people. I mean, the thing that's so good about it is he has set it up that it could be literally anyone.
He did such a good job. That's so hard to do. He did such a good job.
Before I run out of time with you, I am what we call beyond. I'm on another level of the concept of Nick Cage playing Dracula.
Oh my God. I'm so excited.
I mean, I couldn't be, I might be as excited as you. So I just want to know, how much did you pay to be in that movie to work with him?
So much money. I mean, so much money. Me getting that role is so exciting. I got it. I think I auditioned and met with Chris before Nick Cage was attached. And then Nick Cage was attached all of a sudden. And then I'm like, oh, okay, come on, please, dear God, I hope this works out. This is also going to be very fun if you and I have this interview. We're basically going to do BC and AC, because I'm sure maybe you and I will talk for Sonic or Space Force. And it's like before Cage and after Cage, because I've never met him, but I've been a fan for a very long time. And I cannot wait to meet him. And I have scenes with him, and his role is so good in this movie. The cast is bananas. It's Nick Holt, Nick Cage, Awkwafina, and me. It's crazy. It's insane that I get to play with that group of people. I leave very soon to start that movie, and I am so excited. You are going to go crazy. The script is amazing, and McKay's going to direct the hell out of it. It's going to be awesome.
I've known Chris for a while, and he had his choice of what he wanted to do next after Tomorrow War. And, this was the thing he wanted to do. And I'm like, what is it about this? But everyone's raving about the script and the fact that he got Cage to do it. I'm like, oh, this is why he wanted to do this.
The script is so funny. It's so funny, and it's so cool, and it's so unique and different. It's just so good. It's so many different things in one. So we can't even talk about it for real yet, but one day you and I will, and you're going to be, I think you'll be thrilled, because Cage is going to be awesome in it. Everybody's going to be awesome in it.
My most anticipated movie of the next few months is Unbearable Talent.
The trailer looks amazing.
Yeah. Cage playing Cage. Are you effing kidding me?
I was so pissed. I had this idea that I wrote with my friend, Jillian, and it had aspects of that. And I'm like, oh, fuck, no, we can't do that.
While I have you, of course, Sonic 2, I know Tim Miller, and he told me that it is way better than the first one. He liked it a lot more.
Tim.
Yeah. And so I'm just curious what, he said it expands the world, and, he obviously knows, you know what I mean? So I'm just curious, what do you want to tell fans about it?
I would say this, him saying, I love the first movie. I thought Jeff Fowler crushed it. I thought the first movie was awesome. The second movie is just epic. It's huge. It's big. It's enormous. It's exciting. It's like, it's what happens, I guess, when your first movie does well, you get to make like an even bigger one for your second one. And it's exciting. It's like a big old studio movie. And so I'm really excited for people to see it. And I mean, the expansion of the world comes in our characters. There's Tails now and there's Knuckles now, you know what I mean? And Jim is on point, of course. So it's really, really good. And it's epic. And I'm so excited for people to see it because it's awesome.
I have to stop there. They've given me the out of time signal. So
I'm happy that we got to fit you in, man. If you didn't tweet, that wouldn't happen. So I'm happy we worked it out.
Nice to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Later.